Yes.
I was talking to him and he's like, okay, anyways, play. Let's just go.
Yes, yes, that just happened. But
I'm used to it.
um, but yeah, so we got some small little tweaks that we're gonna be making.
It says
Um,
shifting business.
shifting. We have 14 items sell. So for one
Sold.
day, sell. They sold.
They did sell.
They sell. They did
They
sell.
are now
They are
sold.
sold. And we are talking
Now
about
we
that.
are
My name is
shipping.
Aaron.
I'm Amber.
We're full-time resellers. We go live Monday through Thursday.
Reluctantly.
Yes.
Just kidding.
That happens. Happens. Um, but so from like a shift, like there's minor tweaks that are happening. So one is the quality of the items. I think it's very important.
Right.
I think I picked this up probably about a year ago, where I remember watching somebody where, and I hate that I can't give them credit. I don't even think they were big. I think they were kind of more of a
Doesn't matter.
commenter
You
or
learned
something,
something from
or maybe it was on their store that I was reading their comments, and they specifically said, I only pick up items that I would want to use myself.
Oh, okay.
Like from like a condition
Right.
standpoint. So if the condition is too poor, I would not want to use it.
Right.
Um, and so this would come up because we had a pair of shoes that somebody sent an offer on for $10.
Yeah.
And I looked at the shoes and I'm like, why the heck did we pick these up?
Yeah.
These would be shoes that I would not pick up today, just because of how much wear was
Like
on
he went
them.
through the pictures that we had them listed.
And I'm like, why is this listed?
Yeah.
Um,
But then
so I realized what happened is like this was back when we first started picking, and I thought for whatever reason, Hoka's and
New Balance.
Brooks were like
Oh.
even.
Oh, okay.
Like
Yeah.
they were the same. So if you see a pair of Brooks, you buy them. You see a pair of Hoka's, you buy them.
Yeah.
That's not the case. Brooks are not the same quality as Hoka's and not as desirable as Hoka's.
I feel like we've gotten a pair of Brooks that were great, and so then we just qualified all Brooks as great.
Yeah, it might have been that. It might have been as simple as that. So these pair of Brooks I had listed for like $17.95. They had where I'm not super confident with selling them. I don't want the buyer to not feel like happy they
Did
purchased
you deny
them.
their $10 offer?
I just ended it.
Why? They were going to give us $10.
Because
Now you're just going to donate them?
I would rather donate them and not have somebody not be satisfied
I think
with the
that
purchase.
that was a mistake.
Okay, so we can agree to disagree.
Yeah.
They offered $10. I personally did not
He
want to sell it
said,
to them.
nope, and we're throwing these away. That's terrible.
Yeah,
I wouldn't have done it that way.
Well, that's the way I did it.
Because he pulled them and we looked at them and they looked better than pictured.
They did look better than pictured,
So
but
why-
I ended it before I pulled them.
Oh, Aaron, put them
And
back
then I'm
on
already-
$10 and take it.
I'm already committed to
Oh,
like
holding you to your guns and not letting them
donating
have
them.
it. I
It's
think
not-
you just relist it. It's not hard. You just hit relist.
I know it's easy to relist.
I think you relist and offer $10 back to that same buyer.
Okay.
And then
This took a pivot that I was not expecting.
well, the shoes. If the shoes actually in person looked like they did pictured, I would have said, okay, yeah, probably trash them. But they look better. Like it's something with the lighting. So I think they would be excited to get them because of how they look in person. That's just don't throw away $10.
Well,
I know we wouldn't get $10.
No, but like so
plus
that
shipping?
yeah, $10 plus shipping,
Okay.
and then you talk about fees, you talk about the time, you
But
talk
we
about
make
the
$5
box.
versus
We make $5.
versus throwing them away.
We're not throwing them away. We're
Well, I
donating.
know, but there's someone that wants them.
Somebody might want them.
So make them
when
happy.
they donate it. But
I don't know.
Okay.
All right, you decide that.
that's
but
my process. No, because
I
I
would
mean
say
you
relist and
seem
get it
way
out.
more adamant about.
I just think that they look way better than you think.
Okay.
Hey, Bowen.
Um,
Thank you for joining us.
So that's an interesting take that I was not expecting to
Yeah.
go down.
I mean, they would already be happy that they got it for $8 off.
But I think the key thing here is if you look forward as far as like what we're doing in the future, and this is part of the reason why we're picking less and less and less and
Right.
less. And it feels
Right.
like, we might have really, really dry weekends, but
Yeah.
it's because we're not stretching to try to get something
Yeah.
or feel like you have to make something productive and forcing it.
So, in other words, you're just saying those shoes in a garage sale, even for $2, we wouldn't even be picking them up.
Correct.
Yes. So that has changed, but let's make some profit off of what our already bad buys were.
Okay, fair enough. So,
Yeah. So our change for our business is we source better quality items things that we would be
Well,
proud
and
to get out to people.
I also think too, the other aspect to this is you could go through the previous older inventory
Right.
and then determine that this no longer fits your qualifications, and you could pull that inventory.
Yes.
And there are
Okay.
items that I've been pulling constantly from
Right.
our store
It's like,
that
why did we buy
that's
this?
been sitting for a long time. So
Yeah.
obviously it's not super desirable. And then
Good
maybe there's
morning. Good morning.
issues or challenges with that particular item. Maybe it's the
Yeah.
market. The market might have changed.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of different caveats, and I do think, you know,
If you guys are resellers, do you go back through your old inventory and see if there's
it's worth
items
listing,
that
and
you
you
don't
should just,
think that you should have in your store anymore?
yeah. Because how
That's
many
what he
items have
does.
I been pulling?
I have no idea.
Okay, yeah.
I'm in paradise life here.
I've been.
I'm just shipping.
uh, it's not a lot, but I would say every time I go through, probably once a month,
Hmm.
I'm probably pulling
Like 10 to
any.
15.
At the beginning, I was pulling like 15 to 20,
Yeah.
and now it's gotten down to where it's like 2 to 5.
Yeah. Okay.
And it could be
That's
as
pretty
simple as like a VHS
Right.
or a CD
Yeah.
or something like that, and I might
And that's
lot
also
it.
the problem with waiting to list is when you purchased it, there was probably a better market for that item. And now that you waited and you put it in your death pile, talking to myself, things are just like the market's gone down. It's not worth as much as
Yeah.
you originally thought. So buy it, list it, buy it, list it.
Yeah, I think that is definitely a good habit to have. The other aspect of a small little tweak I would say is you are always running all the errands.
Right.
And I think you have more on your plate with regards to listing and
Yeah.
inventory than I do currently. So when
that needs
given
to
the
switch.
opportunity, I will do some of the errand running because I'm kind of caught up, whereas you are not. So
Correct. I hate that because I love running errands.
I know
and
she loves
driving.
it,
So
but
he's stealing
this
my
is-
excitement
this
for the
is just
day.
a way for me to
But
make
you know what?
sure.
It does encourage me to just get this stuff out because I want to go back to running my errands faster. So motivation.
So
That's
like later
okay.
today, the kids have to go on see their dentist, and
Mhm.
I will take that on. I will do
Okay.
it.
Good luck.
I will gladly wait in the waiting room and play on my phone.
No, you go back there and you sit
Uh,
with them.
Yeah, they're fine.
Anyways, what do we do? What did we sell?
14 items sold.
Yes.
First up, we have this is your first attempt of.
Okay, this was my awful skewing for golf clubs.
I mean, you want to go ahead and delodge the club. It is a Nike iron. So if you know golf,
Just do that.
they no longer do
Nike doesn't make golf
golf.
clubs.
So if you see irons and stuff by themselves, even the iron can be worth it. This is a
Yeah.
pitching wedge. So people often lose their pitching wedge. They leave it on a green or something like that, and they need a replacement. $35 plus shipping for that one. We did have that one listed for a while. I
Yeah.
think it was because I had it listed too high.
Oh, okay.
So, next up, we have a pair of boots. These are some Kenny Rogers. So these are vintage. Kenny Rogers doesn't make boots anymore.
yeah,
So
that's
this is one of those
pretty
things
cool.
to where you get something that's no longer being made. It's not even in great condition. I would say
I mean, they're pretty stiff.
considering for the age.
Yeah.
I would say they're
They're
in
in
great
great
condition, but the age obviously brings wear in
I
itself.
wouldn't even say there's much. I mean, there's somewhere, but yeah, no, not really.
$59.95 plus shipping, sold via promoted listing, and it took about a couple weeks and
Yeah.
those sold. So we paid $8.50 for that pair. So not too bad on that one.
Next up, we have a Bath and Body Works mist.
We like picking these up because
Yeah.
you can oftentimes get them for $1.
Right, and even if they're used, a lot of the times Bath and Body Works will discontinue a certain fragrance, and then people are stuck on it because they love it, and they go to eBay to find more.
Yep. So $22
Yeah.
plus shipping for that one. Next up, we have a vinyl record. This is Jim Cross. You don't mess around with Jim, and that one sold for $9.45 plus shipping. The one area that I've tried to want to learn a little bit is watches. So I bought this Citizen watch.
Yeah, show it.
It had the case and everything. It looked really nice,
Yeah.
and it doesn't even look like they really wore it. But the thing is it does need a new battery.
Yeah.
And so I wasn't able to like
Test
fully
it.
test it because it needs the battery, and I'm not at the point to where I'm ready to step up to
Right.
that level
So
yet.
what did it sell for?
That sold for $35 plus shipping. I think we paid 20,
Okay.
10
Yeah,
or 20 for
probably.
it. 10 or 20, I can't remember. Next up, we have a Blu-ray Batman vs Superman 4K. 4K is the most desirable of all the Blu-rays, so you want to make sure you keep an eye out for this. This is brand new sealed, and it sold for $14.50 plus shipping
Yep.
on that one.
out.
Next up, we have a Young Living
Diffuser.
diffuser. We've got 2 of these. This is the first one to sell.
I think we bought them for $1, right?
I
With the
can't
box.
remember.
This was at that one where the guy was like, they had just bought the house, they were getting rid of things, and I had that sweater, that old-looking sports sweater.
I'm just shocked because it's usually me having to
Well, these are very
reiterate
unique,
these.
and I remembered this sale.
$17 plus shipping on that one, and so we still have one more.
And
of
it
those
had the
left.
box, so technically not a great one to be on the lookout for.
Ford Racing hat. This sold for $9.95 plus shipping.
Funny thing with the diffusers, if you don't know anything about a diffuser, because I learned this the hard way, you have to put water in it, and when the water is dissolved, it shuts off. Well, we had moved, and I went to go use our diffuser, and I plugged it in. I'm like, why does this keep shutting off? It's broke. Threw mine away, and this was when they were more expensive. And then a month later, I'm like, I didn't put water in it to test it. So I threw away working diffusers. So if you have a diffuser that you want to resell and you want to test it, put the water in.
Let me be clear. I didn't know this was a thing.
Yes.
And you just explained this to me, and so I just think a little bit less of you right now.
Or you think more of me because you didn't even know that you had to do that to test it.
I'm just kidding. Next up, we have another Switch game from that lot that we picked up this weekend. $28.49 plus shipping. I want to say we're probably pretty close to break even on the Switch. Probably in sales amount, we're pretty close, but with fees, we're probably not.
The one that we have the console for, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, again, we're not going to make much profit on that, but those things sell so quickly.
We have Monster University little figurines.
$11.50 plus shipping.
Water evaporate, not dissolves. Thank you for that clarification. It dissolves into the air. AKA evaporation. It's okay. You guys get. You knew what I meant.
That's like Braden. That's what Braden would tell you.
Actually.
Actually, it evaporates and it doesn't dissolve. Next up, we sold an Egypt Central CD. This is going international. They paid almost $30 for this CD.
Crazy, I must really like it.
$13.50 plus shipping is what we're getting, and it does have a cracked case. And again, this kind of goes back to what we were saying before, where I would replace this case before selling it.
Anymore, now.
Correct.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of CDs around, but when I listed this at the time, I guess I didn't have the CDs, or I didn't think about doing that.
Right.
So, and for that reason, I would have probably gotten more money for it.
Yeah, it doesn't picture very well.
No, it doesn't.
Keen.
And we had these for a while, and we paid. It says so when we used to list items, we used to list what we paid for the item.
Yeah.
We paid $32 is what I put down here, which is a really odd number to pay for it. But $32 for these shoes. We finally sold them for $100 plus shipping.
Yep.
Thankfully, they did not go promoted either.
Yeah, that is
good. That'll keep some of the profit in house because we're not going to pay so much in fees. But still, it took too long for those to sell.
This sweatshirt is the
Miles Morales
design.
Spider-Man ugly sweatshirt. Did you put ugly sweatshirt in there?
Yes, I did.
Ugly Christmas sweater. Yeah, $28.50 plus shipping. Just goes to show you.
Yeah.
Like those are stuff to pick up. Those ugly sweatshirts.
Yeah.
And it's a sweater.
And it's coming up.
Starting to become
people
time.
People are starting to look for those.
And then last item for the day is this Jacqueline Smith. We're already fully in the profit on the perfume, all that stuff purchase. And these things are actually selling fairly quickly.
They are.
$19.95 plus shipping on this one. This was, I think, the cheapest of all of them.
I know. I haven't even been able to put them away yet.
Yeah. Yeah, I see that we've got...
I wait till I have like a bunch to put away because it's buried behind my boxes and I have to move them all in order to put them in the closet by number. So they're selling, so that's good.
Yeah, it's not too bad. Can't complain.
Yep.
So that is it for the day as far as that is concerned. So
do that later.
Well, I'm just accepting an offer. They're not paying right away, so I don't have to.
Yeah.
Well, that'll be on
tomorrow's
episode, but.
So you're running errands. Are you listing anything today?
I mean, I'll have stuff to list.
Are you going to find things?
I'll probably try to source too.
Yeah, they'll love that.
Yeah.
Kids love sourcing.
Yeah.
It's the best.
Yeah, when they go out with you, they might get some food
They get treats
and treats and
and
stop
time
by
with
grandma
mommy.
and grandpa and
No, we
all
weren't
that
gonna
stuff.
do that. They're going
I know
there
you
on
say that,
Thursday.
but then all it takes is the call, and then all of a sudden you detour.
Pivot.
Yeah, and then when they go with me,
Highway
they go
was so packed.
to.
Oh my goodness.
So
So yes, I will be listing after I ship.
yeah, and she's been listing a lot of purses.
Purses.
Which,
Yeah, I got through all but one of the what is it called? What? Dooney and Burks. Yes.
yeah,
So I have one left that I need to clean a little more, and then I'll list that one today, and then all the back stock I got.
yeah,
So.
and you've got a lot of clothes still left and stocked up. So it's just one of those things to where I know you were very excited whenever you got through like a large portion, and we got some of our bedroom back.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm kind of hoping to put more onus and pressure so that we can get more bedroom back, and then you'll feel a little bit better.
Will I?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
I will. I'd like to just donate those bins. Can I send them with your shoes?
No.
Just send them out the door.
Nope. Mm-mm.
Those, it would be like the same thing. Bad purchase. Why did I buy these?
No, you can't do that.
Donate.
You can't.
Donate. I am a lot more picky with what I'm going to actually list. Like if it's just going to sit, I'm not even listing it.
Yeah.
Which is what I have to do anyways.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I still need you to go through because there could be some gems in there.
Oh yeah.
There were gems.
I think I literally have a whole bin of Miss Me jeans, like just tons of them.
There you go, and those are money just waiting to be gone.
They are easier than others to list because they have a code on them.
Yeah.
For the style, so and I do like them. They're kind of cool looking on the back. So it's just getting there because I have to like pull everything out to set up my listing area.
Just to give you like a tip here is. Do not pull out just the Miss Me bean.
Oh no!
And
I'm
go
going
through that
in order
first,
by bins.
because then once you get through those, then you're gonna look at
well,
the other ones.
Well, it's kind of like how
like,
these purses were. Like I was excited to list these, so I went, okay, let me just go ahead and list these. I should have put them in the back burner and waited till last, but no, I wanted to just get them out.
No, I don't have a problem with it when you just
current
purchased it
items.
because you just purchased them, and also we dumped a lot of money into them.
We did.
So trying to turn it into some sort of profit pretty quickly.
Yep.
It's not a bad thing. And I mean, one of them was you listed for like $200.
Yep.
And
the one that's needing to be cleaned is worth about that too.
Yeah.
So just gotta get it looking
And
nice.
I also think too that it's a good learning opportunity because that's one of the areas that we need to become more efficient.
I really don't want any more purses. So.
We need to become more efficient.
If we can just
purses.
stop doing
No, because there's too much money in purses. If you find the right ones and you get them and they're real,
yeah,
that's a lot of caveats.
I was gonna say you're putting a lot of pressure on me.
But there's a lot of money there.
There is. Yeah, people buy clothes all the time too. Like that's all they buy and sell. I just am not excited about it because you have to do all of the pictures, all like catch any flaws, do the measurement. There's just a lot more detail work in listing clothes. I mean, some people will just do front, back, be done, but I'm not that way. I have to do like all angles, and I want to make sure the color is right to match the item they're going to get. And anyways.
They did pay, so I'm going to go ahead and say it. It is a lot of 6 vintage street racing DVDs.
Okay. What is that
and
for?
they sold for $17.50 plus shipping.
All right.
So I figured they might have been worth listing on their own, but then when I started digging a little bit, they're not. So just bolt them together and
get money back.
Happy to see them go.
All
right. That's number 15.
See, well, yeah.
Yeah.
I was about to read the same comments again, and I know it evaporates.
Well, just in case you forgot, it's still there for you.
I know again.
But anything else you'd like to add?
Nope. We will be back on in the morning.
Yep. Awesome. Well, I hope you all had a great Tuesday. Take care, everybody.
Today is Tuesday.
It is. Yeah.
Have a